Hello, this is William McKissock with Schooley Mitchell, your expense reduction consultant. And as you know, I like to promote other businesses on social media for free. I'm not a marketing company. We do expense reduction consulting, but we like to give back to the community. And today I have with me Christi Slaven, who is with Professor Posture. Welcome, Christi, to the show.
Thank you, William.
Well, let's get right into it. So tell me a little bit about yourself and how you came to where you are. Then we'll get into a little bit more about what your business, what you actually do. So tell us a little bit about who's Christi.
I am a longtime active person. I have lifted weights. I have been in bodybuilding competitions. I have taught aerobics. I have been a personal trainer. All of that led me to a lot of chronic pain, all of that activity. When I sat down to get my master's degree, chronic pain went through the roof. But that's kind of who I am. That's my background.
So you've been like me, you've been a sporty person your entire life, and there's loads of bits of your body hurts all the time. And then you've obviously found a solution in what you do as a profession. So Professor Posture, tell us, where did the name come from? And tell us a little bit about what you do into that.
Absolutely. So the name came from my husband and I were actually sitting at Mellow Mushroom. I was having a salad. He was having pizza. And we were spitballing, brainstorming about what we were going to call this company of ours. My goal is to teach people, educate them about how their posture can be causing chronic pain, limited mobility, balance issues, things along that line. And teacher didn't really seem to be, it didn't have a flow to it. We couldn't find anything that really worked with it. And it's kind of more of a higher level of education. So my husband looked at me and he goes, well, you're teaching them about their posture. I was like, yes. He was like, Professor Posture. I was like, perfect.
So amazing. So you talk about posture. Obviously, there's a clue in the name, Professor Posture. And as I'm sitting here slouched in my chair, I'm feeling guilty. I feel like I should be sitting up straight. And I'm sure most people that have been sporty or whatever in their life will get this. They'll really get the fact that if you do sit up straight, everything sits where it's supposed to sit. So tell us about how you do it, what you do, and how you get people to be in a better posture as a natural being rather than trying to force themselves to sit up every time. So let us know what you do.
Absolutely. So what we do, this is an exercise-based modality where we retrain your muscles. If you've been involved in a single sport for a long period of time, muscles learned a particular set of habits. And if you overwork, if you overdo those muscles, some of them end up overworking and some of them end up underworking, almost like going to sleep because of the compensations that are overworking. So what we do is the overworking muscles, we train them to relax, and the underworking muscles, we train them to wake up and participate so that the joints aren't being pulled out of alignment, because muscles tell bones what to do. Bones don't do anything of their own volition.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like if you're in the shower and you move a certain way and your back goes out, it's because one muscle's stronger than the other, and one's weaker, and one's working, one's not working. That makes total sense. As a sporty person, I guess that's why I wanted to get you on here, because I want the world to know that this exists. This sitting with your posture properly. If you play sports, if you've been injured at all, I'm sure you'll get this. Christi's details are underneath her portion of the video. Please reach out to her if you want to get her help. So tell us a little bit more about what you actually do with a patient when you have them on the table. I'm assuming you have a table.
Absolutely not.
Wow.
A lot of our exercises, they're geared around what the client's needs are. So let's say we have somebody who does IT all day, but they also love to play golf. So during their work day, they're here, they're hunched over, they're curled in, they're rolled forward. They can't stop sitting at a computer. And your standing posture is your seated posture. So just because you're at a standing desk doesn't mean that your rolled forward torso is not going to happen any longer. So I will give that person, to start with, a lot of exercises in a chair to retrain their muscles to sit properly, more properly in a chair. That way, when they go to play golf, the muscles of their torso will begin to remember how to swing a club. Because when you're stuck here all day, the muscles of the torso, they no longer understand how to move up and back and then swing through, follow up to the other side. They don't have that habit, that muscle memory ingrained, because you play golf 6 to 12 hours in a week, where you are at that desk for 8 to 10 hours every day.
So I'm guessing that people who are office workers or IT workers or people that are sitting at a desk like I am right now, they are great candidates for your services.
Yes, and people who also, they enjoy some sort of activity. And it doesn't matter if it's gardening or running or golf or tennis. If they have chronic pain, but they can't stop working and, really do enjoy that sport, whatever it is, gives them, there's enjoyment in it. It gives them an outlet.
Yeah.
Calm time, some me time. I don't want that to be taken away from them. So we're going to help them be able to continue to do that for years and years to come.
This is fantastic. I could talk about this forever. But in the short space of time, so where do you do this? Do you come to the person? Does the person come to you? Do you work all over Florida? Do you work just in the Tampa Bay area? Where do you do it?
Well, I have an office off of Lois Avenue in Tampa. However, because what I do, I don't have to touch the client. It can be done virtually via Zoom.
Wow.
The biggest drawback to that would be that the person has to be their own cameraman. So let's say they're here in the camera frame, I might have to ask them to move to their left a little bit. If they're sitting on the floor and their computer's pointing to the ceiling, I might have to have them get back up and tilt the camera down. That's the biggest drawback. I have worked with a ton of people virtually and in person with, you name it, kind of issues, headaches, Achilles tendon issues, kind of like you, William, herniated discs, bum knees, frozen shoulders. Posture therapy can help them all.
It's funny that you mentioned those there, and I've had all of them. And I'm sure a lot of people watching this have had the same issues. So you will have people come to you, you will go to them, and you don't even have to travel. You can sit at your Zoom, or you can be a Zoom camera and do this. So if you're having problems with back, Achilles, knees, shoulders, like me, I've played sports my entire life, reach out to Christi. Her details are underneath her portion of the video. Absolutely. This is fantastic. I'm kind of blown away by how simple this is, but actually how intelligent it is at the same time. So what is, very, very briefly, to kind of, obviously we've got a 10-minute slot to do this. What does the typical day in the life of Christi look like?
Of course, it varies from day to day. This morning, I had an 8 a.m. client who has a bad left knee. I had a 9 a.m. client who has 2 herniated discs, one on the verge of being ruptured according to the MRI he just got. I took a break to go to a networking event, came back, worked with another client who has scoliosis, which it is genetic, congenital scoliosis. So can I ever completely unwind her muscle compensations? No, but we can keep the muscle compensations where they are now and make them better so that there's no more pain involved as she, gets older. Then I returned a bunch of phone calls, sent a bunch of emails, and then it was time for you and I to chat. And
we're only watching this video. This is like 1:30 in the afternoon. Wow, that sounds like a whole day's work already. Well, no, Christi, thank you very much for coming on. Again, if you're watching this and you've got any pain whatsoever, muscular, skeletal, Skeletal, is that a new word I just invented? Anyway, reach out to Christi. She can help you because I'm going to talk to her about my Achilles heels injuries that stopped me playing soccer. So I highly recommend this, and I haven't even started yet. I can't wait to try out what you're doing. So anyway, Christi, thank you very much. I really appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I've truly enjoyed our time together.
It's my absolute pleasure. I'll now hand it over to Dave for the weather.